Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is Malik, the Cool Brother. You now to the end to the Cool Podcast, and my special guest for this afternoon. He's a returning guest. I believe this is his third appearance on the podcast. You know, he's a very dope brother here in the 412. Man, he's doing big things. Continue to do big things. He's a dope father, artist, entrepreneur. He does it all. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you my special guest, a returning guest. Mr. Abel, what's going on, good brother?
Salute, salute. Thank
Salute.
you for having me, man. This is the first video dip. We usually do it straight to the radio, so way
Yeah,
to grow
yeah.
on the platform, my guy.
Yes, yes. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. So why
Yeah.
don't you tell the listeners and what you do and what you're about for
Mr.
the new
Abel,
for the
go
new
ahead.
listeners. For the new listeners.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Mr.
Mhm.
Abel is my rap moniker, if you will. I'm pretty much known by that in the neighborhood sometimes too, but that's my rap moniker. I'm a hip hop artist here out of Pittsburgh. Also own and operate G.M.E. That's Grown Men Entertainment. We have a Pittsburgh division. Then we have a South division that's pretty much based in Georgia and Florida. We do a lot of artist development, event curation, things of that nature. So not necessarily a management company or anything like that, but
Hmm.
get you your admin, get you right, get you the skills and the exposure and the professionalism that comes with being an independent artist. So that's what GME does. That's who Mr. Abel is. Yeah, we in the mix. We in the mix. We
Yeah.
do a good bit with the music. I'm a mental health therapist during the daytime. I work in violence prevention. So combining those worlds and those mediums to where I could put music in the therapy and the trauma based stuff, and give people access. I don't even want to say younger folks, but give
Hmm.
people access to a different form of expression. And then in the music world, I can bring that sense of care and communal aspect to where we working together, trying to see how we all grow.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So how do you get the rap moniker Mr. Abel? How'd you did you came up with that or somebody gave you that rap moniker?
Man, this is perfect timing. My best friend's birthday was just yesterday. We actually lost him 2005. So his birthday was yesterday. So spending time with him in our neighborhood. That's why I say that's my rap moniker, and I'm known by Abel in the neighborhood a little bit. So
Hmm.
no limit. But me and him being best friends, it was always a tandem thing, like Daz and Corrupt, or something of that nature. So once No Limit had Cain and Abel, like we like that. We like that style. His name was The Killer. My name was Abel. So put that in there, just for us to be in the midst of the neighborhood and have our neighborhood names. Then when
Yeah,
I started making music, there were a lot of, there still are, but a lot of Lulz and Youngs and stuff
yeah,
like that. So I really wanted to separate myself from that mindset and create the persona that matched grown men entertainment. So if it's a grown man, it's a Mister connected to it. So as soon as you start talking like that, it's a different viewpoint when you use different words. So came from
nice.
the neighborhood and started to mean something from there.
Nice, nice. And happy belated heavenly birthday to your best friend. You know what I'm saying? I
So
know he's looking down on you with a smile on his face and he's very proud of you for your accomplishments. I know that for sure, man. So yeah,
thank
salute to you. No doubt. Salute to your best friend, man. I know he's looking down. Salute to him. So
thank you.
and no doubt, no doubt. And let's discuss for the new listeners and the returning listeners, grown man entertainment. So how do you came up with that concept, and what inspired you to come up with your own company, GME, Grown Man Entertainment?
Similar to how I created, how my artist name was developed. During that time frame, it was a lot of. That's when the snap dance craze was all crazy. That's when a
Hmm.
whole lot of just weed smoking songs, things like that. Like I could vibe to it, but I couldn't really enjoy music around that time. Like I'm 43 years old. Like I like rap. I like artists. I like people to give me something. So during that time frame of music, it was hard for me to really enjoy music. We could go to the parties and chill, but I couldn't
Right.
really enjoy it at that time. So I wanted to begin creating something that I could listen to.
Hmm.
My uncle, my mom's younger brother, heavy inspiration on my musical understanding, on my male development. So he was the first artist I was
Hmm.
looking to put in position. As far as executive, if you will. So
Yeah.
he was the motivation for me to create the company, create the business, so that he could have something positive to connect to, and figuring out how, once again, how I could separate myself from just the average, music entity. I don't even want to say music label, music entity. So
Right.
when you say stuff like that, people start looking to the side. Like, is it provocative? Is it, you saying grown men entertainment? Is there strippers and whatnot? I'm like, no, it's that mature. It's
Yeah.
that more mature music
Yeah.
that we can sit down and really get to learn something from and put that in
Exactly.
front of people.
Right. Nice. Nice. I like that concept. Grown man entertainment. Something for the grown and sexy and the mature.
Yeah,
No
man.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt. And my next question is, I know since you're an artist in the hip hop scene in the 412, so who inspired you to get into hip hop? Who are your influences, whether they are local or national?
Like I said, primarily, first and foremost, my uncle, uh,
Hmm.
Elliot Scott, if we want to put him out there, because that's who he is. So look him
Hmm.
up. From the hill, came, like I said, moved in and already had a sense of culture, hip hop culture on him. So
Hmm.
fashion, music, things like that. So when he first moved in, I'm 4 or 5. He's about 9 or so. It's Spice One. It's Wu Tang. It's artists from everywhere. It's Scarface. It's a different dynamic. We're watching and being interested in baseball and hockey and different things like that. So he's
Yeah.
exposing me to a lot of different things. So through that, I'm learning what I like, what I don't like. I tended to like more R&B. He was more on the grunge. So then I started to find my own lane with that.
Hmm.
Um, Professionally in the industry, Tupac's my favorite artist. I feel like he was an excellent storyteller. When he needed to get to the point, he got to the point, whether it was on the beef side or not. But he was able to express himself without using too many analogies and similes. This is like that, and that is like this. So he was a direct, speaker in the music. So I really
Hmm.
um, took nature to that. In Wilkesburg, growing up in this space, the D Boys, I was around them when they were putting music out, so they were heavy influences on me. Prior to coming here, I was on the hill with my uncle, so Scorching Hot and people like that in the more local scene, if we could use that word, were my
Hmm.
inspiration. Those were like real MCs, and then when I came to Wilkesburg, they were more like I guess I could say the gangster rap if we want to use that term. But then I was able to, experience that hands on and see how I wanted to craft my artistry.
Okay, nice, nice. And the names that you mentioned, like the local artists that you mentioned, have you got the opportunity to collaborate with them on your latest projects or previous projects of your albums?
On my first probably 2 or 3 maybe. A
Hmm.
couple of my folks from the D Boys got on it. I was in Wilkesburg at that time, not like it's a neighborhood thing, but I wasn't connected to Scorching Hot or any of the Hill artists from
Hmm.
there. But working through my uncle, was able to work with Mike Menace. He's a well-known artist from the Hill. So Flacco. So just making sure that the neighborhoods and the people that I know can touch this whenever it's time for us to work together.
No, no doubt, no doubt. And do you have a latest project coming out, latest album coming out, or uh,
It was
you,
just released last
yeah,
year on Halloween.
yes,
Face
yes,
to a Name.
yes,
I don't even know which number it is, but it's a Mr. Abel solo project.
yeah,
I feel as any artist should feel their more recent music is their best music, but
yeah.
I really feel like that. Me and Big Just sat down, pretty much created all the beats together. It
Hmm.
was a very organized and paced creation process. I didn't have to rush anything. I was able to go back in there and clean up and get what I needed,
Yeah.
and focus the business behind the rollout and the presentation of the project. So, yep, Face to a Name dropped on Halloween of 2025. It's available on all streaming platforms. Yeah, man, go check it.
Yeah, very nice, very dope album. And so you can shout out to Big Just, by the way, shout out to him. He's a dope brother too, very talented brother, very talented producer. Now he will be your go-to producer, correct? Because I know y'all collaborated on many project on your
Yes,
project, right?
yes, yep. He's my
Mm.
primary producer. I work with JPad. I work with, even I got a couple beats from Banger. So
Hmm.
I receive sound from other producers in that lane, but like you said, Big Just is my primary. We just have a solid working relationship. He knows my creation style. He inputs. It's not just me going in there and recording something and running out the door. So
Hmm.
it's more of a family bond, if you will. I want to say his aunt is married to my best friend's older brother, my
Wow.
homie that passed. So even in that,
Yeah.
it's more of a spiritual, a symbiotic. So we come together and put good work together.
Nice, nice. And speaking of your projects, like what is your favorite album that you put out thus far in your career? Like your favorite one? Like what would be like you would consider your masterpiece? Like when you hear it and look at it, like you say to yourself, "Yeah, this is my best work." Do you have an album that you would consider like your masterpiece, like your signature album?
This face to a name is too new for me to give it that type of category.
Okay,
So I would say my previous piece, the All Spark.
okay,
I dropped that in 2022. Like it took me 3 years, but there was some other artists in between there. But to put out projects, so in 2022, I dropped a project called the All Spark. So pretty much a spin off on Transformers and Avenger type stuff. So the Life Force.
hmm,
I did that, and that was an all clean project. No
hmm,
cuss words, no N words, no anything on it. I want to say it was 7, 8 tracks of clean music, but it was still quality work,
right,
and that was able to carry me through that time frame to create the face to a name, to realign the business, to rebrand stuff. And that is what's really booming right now because, like I said, Face to a Name just got released in October, so that still needs to build its traction. So, yeah, I would say the Allspark, man, it gave me the opportunity to challenge the featured artist. Like, yeah, you can't cuss on these jams. If you're gonna be on these jams, you can't cuss. I'm working on a different
right, right,
demographic, so I
right.
need the youngest to be able to listen to the music clearly. I need the old heads to be able to say, okay, I don't like rap, but I like this rap, and I
Yeah,
can maneuver with this throughout my day. So
yeah, absolutely.
I would put that label on the All Spark.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If
Thank
you
you.
want to, no doubt, if you want to expand your audience, you got to have music that's clean and they can jam to, and also cross over to other races. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Now, my next question is, obviously, I've seen you perform countless times. And my favorite jam by you, my favorite joint by you. I don't know how the chorus go, but I'm gonna do my best with it. Smoke good, feel good. You running with that, you running with him. I know I'm saying it
Yeah,
wrong, but
that
you know
line
what
in
I'm
the
talking about.
sand.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, man. So that to me, that's like my signature hit for you, man. Every time you see that, every time I hear you perform that, watch you perform, I'm like, oh yeah, this is my shit right here. Excuse my
Yeah.
language. So how you came up with that song? Monty's on that joint, right? Not
No,
who?
that's just me on that. I'm on a hook
That
and I'm
was
on a
you?
verse on that. Yeah.
Oh wow, wow! I
Yep.
thought somebody.
That line in the sand, and then the other one, Pressure Points has Monty on the hook. That G.M.E
Oh
is the movement. He's
yeah,
on
yeah,
that hook.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my other joint too. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
got you,
The
got you.
line in the sand. It's I'm a little nerd. I like to play on words.
Hmm.
I like to be not passive aggressive, but assertive enough to where I'm not playing with you, but not threatening. So the original idea for it was I was gonna call it Good Life, cause like on
Hmm.
the hook say, smoke good, eat good, sleep good. Like this is I was in a transition period, uh, separated from my ex person. I was in a transition period, so
Hmm.
I'm reacclimating to what belongs to me and where my joys are and things like that. So once I came to my epiphany moment, I wake up, I'm looking around. Like when you asked me before we jumped on, like how is life? Like my life is really good though.
Yeah.
Like I do what I want to smoke, I eat, I chill, I get my
Hmm.
rest. I'm taking care of myself. I'm working out. I'm
Yeah.
drinking pineapple juice. Like I'm in a good space. So
Yeah.
that's how that part of the chorus came. And then, like I said, being in my assertive mode, like at some point we got to stop allowing people to waffle back and forth based on their emotional connections or their preference in that moment. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
draw the line right now. I gotta set a healthy boundary. So that's another way for me to infuse the therapy into the
Hmm.
music. Because
Right.
the second part of the hook is if you rocking with him, you ain't rocking with them. So you gotta pick a side at some point. You gotta stand on some kind of principle when you walking around me, when you hanging around me. So if you
Right.
want to deal with the negative side of things, that's cool, but you could do that on your own. So
Exactly.
put that in
Exactly.
play, drop some bars on it. Big just made a beat.
Yeah. No
Boom,
doubt.
line in the sand.
Now the line in the sand. What album is that on?
That's on the
Uh,
current. That's on Face to a
so
Name.
Face Till Now. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Wow. Yeah. That's my favorite joint by you, man. For
That's
real.
what's up.
Yeah. That's my favorite joint. Now, you mentioned therapy and mental health, and um, you know, why do you think it's so taboo in our communities? In your
Mental,
opinion?
mental health because generally, because I can't put the finger on it. Generally, we were taught from a trauma response, a trauma
Mm-hmm.
informed lens based on our parents. What happens in here stays in here. This,
Mm-hmm.
that, and the third. Like that's safe when it's productive business going on, and we're strategizing a plan that's going to elevate us, and we don't want the gold coin to roll out the door and somebody else benefit off of what we're building. But when
Mm-hmm.
it's unsafe, when it's unhealthy, when there's traumatic things and abuses going on, and you say stuff like that, and you treat it as if you could just pray certain things away, then
Mm-hmm.
now we're creating that conflict with how do I identify my challenges? How do I express my hurts and my difficulties? Now we're building these pathologies, and it's go to church, it's
Mm-hmm.
go to work, it's just strap up your boots and finish the race.
Right.
Meanwhile, we need that time to process and cope and express, and we weren't always given that. We gotta go to work, we gotta go to school, we
Mm-hmm.
gotta be in motion all the time as opposed to treating ourselves. So I don't want to say it's a societal thing, but it's a cultural thing.
Right.
We have to be productive instead of investing that time into ourselves.
Yes, I definitely agree. Mental health in our communities shouldn't be taboo. I know, like you said, we were taught to go to school, go to work, and not deal with it. But it's all right to deal with it. Especially like if you come home from school or work, you sitting in a quiet space, whether it be your room, living room, or whatever. Just sit down and be quiet and just deal with it. That means if you gotta cry, shout, scream, get angry, do
Punch a
something to make
pillow, do
yeah,
something, keep your
yeah,
hands
punch a
straight.
pillow. Punch a pillow, talk to yourself, talk to God, just get it out, release it. It's not healthy to keep it inside because you're gonna combust. So, for all you people that's listening, that's gonna be watching this, it's okay to release the pain. It's okay to release the anger. You need to live a long life because, stress is a killer, man. So just release that anger, release that pain, release that rage, release it, damn it, for real. Just release the pain. Go to therapy. If you don't want to go to therapy, go somewhere else that you consider therapy. Work out, pray, meditate. If that's your therapy, do it. Continue on doing it till you feel better.
That's a
That's
part of my musical journey. In the
hmm
beginning, I never shot guns at people, so I ain't even acting like I do that. But in the
yeah.
beginning of my musical creation space, it was real violent and aggressive. That was me getting my
Mm-hmm.
anger into a compartment. I can't always hit people and flip out on folks and leave a job if somebody's talking crazy to me. So I was able to compartmentalize that into the music, and then I found my artistry from that
hmm
space.
Yeah, no doubt, no question, no doubt. Salute to that. Salute to that. And I know you are an entrepreneur, and let's talk about your events, man. Next level, man. How you came up with that, and how'd you hook up with Fred the Goddess? Shout out to Fred the Goddess. For all those that's watching and listening, check out my back episode with her on the podcast. Is available on all major platforms and Late Night Vegas. Shout out to him. So how do y'all came together with Next Level? Because I know y'all worked on the Move the Crowd event. Y'all left that, then y'all decided to do Next Level. So how y'all came up with that?
Like you mentioned, we were doing Move the Crowd with DJ Chevy, and prior to that, it was a community development process we were on. So we were
Mm-hmm.
doing listening parties, citywide listening parties. We were creating committees to help professionalize. That's the main thing we're really trying to do: help professionalize independent artistry. So moving into Move the Crowd, it was just a shift of perspective. I'll use that word. A
Mm-hmm.
shift of perspective. So met Freya and Vegas and Wild Child through that connection, and we decided to just alter our lane a little bit. Chevy's still doing what he's doing with Move the Crowd,
Yeah.
and it just gave more opportunity. So
Uh-huh.
coined the term Next Up Live. So who's the next artist that's going to be on the highlight? Who's the next artist that's going to be in front of the people? And we have a live component. So literally at our show, there's a live broadcast going on. We're interacting with the community as well during the event, so that we can now bridge the gaps and make sure that people are being promoted in a live sense. A lot of pre-recorded stuff doesn't hit as hard as a live video, so we wanted to make sure our platform just had something a little different to it.
Nice, nice. And this is your second season of the Next Level concept, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. No doubt. And also, y'all three just secured a deal with the open mic every Tuesday at the Culture Kitchen and Bar.
It's the second Tuesday of
So
every
second
month.
Tuesday. Second
Yep.
Tuesday. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a part of what we were doing in the first season, seeing who we could work with, artist wise, venue wise,
Hmm.
because we want to be able to. This is a transplant. This is a portable product. It's not just location based. So we want to be able to put this opportunity in front of different artists inside of their neighborhoods, inside of their network sometimes. So, and
Hmm.
then there are people that we know personally, Rissa, Wade Anthony, other people of that nature that do their own events. So a part of
Hmm.
what we do at Next Up Live is we go support other people as a unit. We take our
Yes.
whole team to events. We go there, we support. We may be judges, we may be on a panel, but we're for surely coming out to support what you got going on. So in that relationship building, how do we collab? How do we put things in order to where now our crowds are blended, and now we can expand and amplify what we're doing here in the city. So Rissa, I've been working with her maybe 3 or 4 years now.
Hmm.
From when Culture Kitchen was the Jingle Bar a couple years back through CPX3. He
Yeah.
had me go there for a vending event. I ended up being a sponsor for his thing, so that was a consolidation for me being a sponsor for his event. Vended there, and she and I have been in close proximity ever since. She does Juneteenth events. She's
Yeah.
super heavy on the independent artistry, whether it's a live band, a DJ, a up
Hmm.
and coming comic, a poet. Like she is into that. So in that relationship, let's figure out a way once again that we could work together. She has a nice venue. They do good food and things in there. So now it's another cultural reflection because it's on East Carson, and the other end of East Carson doesn't have the best reputation. So in her
Yeah.
space
True.
and time,
Right.
let's bring these good vibes to the South Side too and connect with her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Rissa. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's doing it big at the on the Pittsburgh independent scene, Culture
Yeah.
Kitchen and Bar. I've been there a couple of times, perform, support. So yeah, shout out to her and shout out to CPX3 as well. And speaking of CPX3, you, him, and the good brother Virgil Moore. Shout out to them two brothers. Shout out to CPX3 and Virgil Moore. Shout out to those brothers and y'all listening, still listening, watching. Go check out those episodes I did with those two gentlemen on my podcast. Shout out to those brothers. So y'all three created Men's Progress Network. So how'd y'all came up with that concept?
Virgil was the visionary. The
Hmm.
Virgil received the download, if you will.
Hmm.
He said he was in his personal time praying, seeing what was going on in his life, and he came to the realization that there needed to be a male support group, but not just a general male support group, one that leverages each other's skill set and professional space.
Hmm.
So the Men's Progress Network is a network of males from various backgrounds, various professions that come together. We meet 3 times a month, 2 times virtual, 1 time in person, to to help to develop each other. Myself, as the mental health professional, I provide the mental health and the therapeutic support through the dynamic. And now we're growing on purpose. We're growing in our finances. We're growing in our emotions. We're growing in our mental capacity. We're growing in our ability to fellowship and communicate with other men in a focused manner. And now we could display that to others. Like, it don't got to be controversy. We talking to anybody, but especially when you talking to a fellow king, you ain't got to present like that. So
Right.
I'm the treasurer, Verge is the president, and CPX3 is the secretary. So that's the core of the board right now, but we're about to expand out and let the people all the way in.
Nice, nice. Yes, yes. So glad to be part of the Men's Progress Network as a supporter and an attendee, and I know y'all going on Facebook Live for it this upcoming Wednesday.
Yep, Facebook
Okay.
Live this Wednesday. I want to say, and then the 18th and the 25th. So I believe the 25th will be our in-person meeting, typically held at my office in Wilkinsburg, 748 Wallace Avenue. But we also collaborate once again with other venues, other kings that have access to different spaces, so we could take
Yeah.
it into their neighborhoods as well.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if y'all was gonna do an in-person meeting because I definitely missed those, and and you said the one on the 25th is gonna be at your office.
Yep, I'm gonna make sure
Okay.
either the 18th or the 25th, but we'll have the advertisements up ASAP.
Okay, either way, I'll be there. For sure,
Salute.
I'll definitely be there. So yeah,
Yep.
I miss the in person ones. I like it more. I mean, being on Facebook Live and Zoom is cool, but I like it more in person because I get to watch y'all movement and talk to y'all face to face. Conversate with y'all face to face. So I like it better in person. That's just me. So yeah, I can.
That's
You know,
respect. Yeah, that's
yeah,
a energy and spirit are often generalized, but it's way different in person. I can,
yeah.
like you're saying, I can feel your vibration. I can understand more of what's going on. We can have a more in-depth conversation because it's in person, and we can contain it and keep it private,
hmm
and then we could really get busy on the growth required.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And the Men Progress Network that was created last year, I believe.
We this will be the second year of it being registered as a nonprofit. So it's two and a half years old because we had
Wow.
some time before it was incorporated as a nonprofit, and then we celebrated our 1 year of
hmm
incorporation last year.
Oh, nice, nice. Yes, yes. Salute to the Men's Progress Network. Salute to that. So, I see it evolving further and further, quite possibly taken nationally, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
even internationally, you know what I'm saying? Because we need spaces for us to be vulnerable and not put up a front, not put on our game face all the time. We need spaces like that. So I just want to say salute and props to y'all three because y'all making it happen and thank y'all for creating the spaces for us brothers, us men, to allow for allowing us to be ourselves and be vulnerable. So thank y'all for that, for real.
That's all, man.
You
We
know,
just
for
listening. It's a download. We're being obedient, man.
yeah,
It's
no
a
doubt.
blessing.
No doubt, no question, no doubt. Now I know you would you consider yourself a legend, a veteran in the hip hop scene, the independent scene in the city?
Hmm. I would consider myself.
Because I know you did this for a while.
That's a good question, man. I never thought about it like that. I would consider myself a seasoned contributor. That's
Okay,
what I can say.
okay.
Yes, yes, because there are different levels and different ideas of status, if you will. So I don't
hmm
want to call myself a legend, and I don't know how much time it requires for me to be a vet. But I've been doing this since 2008. Business wise, G.M.E's been established since 2008, 2009. I've been an artist, a creative since around that time. I've been able to activate and benefit from the business matters more in like the last 7 years or so, being able to focus on that once I got done with my education for my therapy
Mm-hmm.
practice, I really dove into some of the business matters because I had that time available to me now. So I would say a very seasoned and consistent contributor to the scene. I would call myself that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I like that. I like that. Definitely our season, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you have like cats that's younger than you, young cats that come up to you and ask you for advice, like how to get in the game, how to stay relevant in the game, how to become a season, how to become a veteran in the game. I'm pretty sure you got the young cats that's coming up asking you for advice. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no
Yes, sir.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. Because you got obviously you got the skills, you got the songs, you got the albums, and you got the knowledge to pass on to the young cats out there that's doing it. And speaking of young cats, I know you have children. Like,
Yes.
how many children you got? If you don't mind me asking.
No, you square. I have four
Okay,
children, two boys, two girls.
two boys, two girls. Now, are they do they want to follow in your footsteps as far as like getting involved in music?
Um, it's a different level for each of them. So my oldest son, I think he wants to rap, probably get into some type of musical thing. I feel his connection will lead more to the streaming world.
Hmm.
So that'll probably be his media and musical contribution because he's 24. He'll be 24 this November. So he's more
Okay.
in that space. He'll probably want to utilize the songs and content create to do the streaming.
Hmm.
My youngest daughter goes to school. She goes to Westinghouse Arts Academy for vocals. So
Yeah.
she's been
Nice.
singing and acting and all
Yeah.
that stuff for a good bit of her life. And they're teaching her the piano. She has to learn the piano in general,
Hmm.
and then they started teaching her the guitar. So she's really musically inclined in that space.
Nice. 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 And speaking of acting, you gonna have the opportunity to act alongside with me with the good brother Ali's mental health project. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yes.
Man, yeah, they
Yeah.
try to bring me out the bag, man. They try, yeah. It's a beautiful opportunity.
Yeah.
Um, it's mental health based, it's acting based, it's community based, it's business based. Through the film, the short or whatever we're going to do, and then the film festival itself. It's
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful. I don't even want to call it an audible. It's a beautiful component to being a creative.
Hmm.
Just because you sing and rap, that's not the limit to your process, to your play. There's modeling,
Hmm.
there's acting, there's rapping, there's brand ambassadorship, there's all type of things that come with being a creative. So being able to be in that space, one, I know a good bit of y'all that are a part of it, and then the mental health dynamic, man, I think it's gonna be real nice. It's an
Yeah.
honor.
Yeah. Yes, shout out to the brother Ali, aka House of Wax. Did an episode with him. Shout out to that brother. He's doing big things, and it's an honor and pleasure to be a part of it and acting alongside and working with you, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
let me ask you, how would you describe your legacy as far as like your entrepreneurship and music and you know you being a therapist? How would you describe your legacy, whether it be in one word or a sentence? How would you describe it?
Um, Self-aware.
Hmm.
I would use that phrase, and in explaining it, it would be we're all multifaceted. Like there's not a
Hmm.
single thing that describes us in totality. So I'm not just a dad. I'm not just a musician. I'm not just a therapist. Those multiple things create the being that I am. So being self-aware, I just embrace them. Like I like music.
Yeah.
I want to make music that I can hear, that I can
Yeah.
listen to, that I can enjoy.
Right.
I don't want people controlling me. I want to be able to provide opportunity for folks. I
Yeah.
like money. Here's a
Yeah.
music business.
Yeah.
I'm good at helping folks and figuring things out and processing and helping folks stay calm to where therapy became the obvious profession. So
Right.
this is a part of who I am that helped to create these business opportunities. And I'm my mom's only child. I had to correct that a long time ago because I'm the oldest of three from my dad. But I'm my mom's only child, and I've never been really, it's all mine, don't come around type. They say only children are spoiled and all this other stuff. I was one. I want to be able to help my friends have fun too. I want to help them be able to experience whatever goodness that comes in their life too. So that's what really pushes the envelope for all the businesses. There's a lane, like you said, to where a young person is going to see that I do music. I'm a therapist. I hoop. I got kids. I got an art company. I got this. I got that. So what do you mean? You can really map out your own path if you know who you are and you believe in yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, well said indeed. So before we conclude this interview, my good brother, how where can the listeners and your supporters and your fans can find you and follow you at?
Um, Musically, social media wise, Mr. Abel, Mr. Abel of G.M.E. You can search both of those. They should give you good results. Therapeutically and the art company, they're on on our website, www.ablevisionassociates.org. Google me, man. Andre Scott, Mr. Abel. Just put it in, see what you find.
Yeah.
Teamable15 at gmail.com. If you want to get at me directly, we could coordinate however we need to coordinate, man. I'm an old soul. I like phone numbers and meetups and stuff like that. So however we need to
Mm.
connect.
No doubt, no doubt. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Facebook under my government, Malik Long. I have a page for my Facebook. I have a page for my podcast, the Cool Podcast with the Cool Brother on Facebook. You can also find me and follow me on Instagram, Cool Malik82. I'm also on TikTok, Cool Brother, number one. So if you want to be a guest on my podcast, just hit me up on one of those social media platforms. We can talk about what you want to talk about. Take it from there. Don't hesitate to hit me up. You know, I'd love to have you on. Good brother, Mr. Abel, it was a pleasure having you on for the third time. If you want to be a guest once again for the fourth time, fifth time, whatever, my door is always open, good brother.
This is high quality, man. Thank you. Thank you for elevating and keeping the platform for us, man. Salute.
Hey, salute, man. And on that note, you take it easy, my man.
My God, get with you.
Likewise, good, likewise. Peace.
Peace.